So today, lads, I'm going to be talking about the Team USA defensive situation. And if you guys don't know what the defense situation is, basically, it's a bunch of the Caitlyn Clark haters picking out lowlights of Caitlyn Clark's defense, some of them not even her fault, and trying to use that as lowlights compilations that Caitlyn Clark doesn't deserve to be on the team. I'm going to explain to you guys what Team USA's defense is, by the way. I'm going to explain to you guys what it is. And it is we're going to go to Paint Online. We're going to go to Paint Online to describe what the defense is. So if you guys don't know, we are a very big proponent of Paint Online to describe stuff because it's easier to do. And I'm sorry, I'm on like an old, not even an old computer, a Mac, an old-ish Mac Mini. So, we got Paint here. So, we're going to go half court here. Boom, boom, boom. Let's bring out the three-point line, free throw line. So, what they do is, on every single screen roll, is what they're meant to do. And by the way, when you're up 40, there's going to be defensive lapses. Team USA, what they're trying to do is, they know that if they can score 85 plus, you will not score 90 against them. Like, they know if they can get to 85, they won the game. The only way to beat USA, and by the way, this might change against France. The only way to beat them is by dragging them into a game in the 60s. USA aren't doing that. Like, we saw very different in the Olympics last year. They were able to just pick apart Chelsea Gray. They were able to attack her. They were able to get Chelsea Gray in space. They were able to get Taurasi in space. They were able to get Sabrina Ionescu in space. So what happens is let's just say, I'm just going to make offense as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, we've got 5 here. Let's just say 4, it's international plays, probably down here. 3, 2. So the defensive are setting up here, here, here. If you're smart, you're probably denying or in some form of denial around here-ish. And if you know they're coming off the screen, you're helping a little bit here. You're probably cheating a little bit. So this is what Team USA are doing. So the ball's here. The ball comes here. This defender tries to get over the screen. They can't do it every single time. This defender blitzes. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to force the offensive player to take a dribble back. So what ends up happening here in a lot of situations is this player dives. So this player steps up. This player comes down. And what they're trying to do is force this high pass here. But if they go and make that pass there over, the player who is guarding the ball has to run and cover here. This player then has to drop, and whatever way they rotate, then this player drops in. It is just scramble. It is blitz and scramble. That is how they're playing it. And by the way, they haven't played it perfect every single possession. It is blitz and scramble of every single screen. USA have been caught quite a bit in this scenario, to be honest. So let's just say the ball is here. So the ball is in the small forward's hands, and this is one of the plays Caitlyn got caught out on. And it's everyone's cost. So let's go 3, 1, 2, 4, because nearly every team's playing. Spain will probably spread more, but every team's playing 5 out. So, and the 5 here, when they come up and if they set the screen this way here to go baseline, we saw a situation where Caitlyn tried to fight over the screen, and she fought over the screen while, I can't remember who it was, kind of went into a soft hedge, and then they allowed them get this side here. Like, getting burned is on the blitzer. Every single player on this team has made a mistake blitzing. And you saw it even in the Italy game. There's an actual kind of fuck up from Caitlyn Clark where she over blitzes, she overplays it. Because earlier on in New Zealand game at the end, she got back-to-back steals. Like, that is their goal. USA are willing to give up 15 points a game on wide open layups. 15 points a game on wide open drive and kick threes. Because you're not giving up that many of them. They're willing to scramble and get 20 steals in a game. Because teams struggle to get open shots against them, and it's quick. It's quick. It's a guaranteed point. It's basically a guaranteed bucket. If you get a steal, you've got the fast break. That is how Team USA are looking to play. And ironically, that is the type of defense Caitlyn Clark is actually pretty good at. Like, yes, there will be lowlights, but over the course of 40 minutes in a game, that is the type of defense where Caitlyn Clark will do more positive than negative, which is, again, for a what I will say bang there average defense, it is what it is. So I saw this post here, talking about Caitlyn Clark's defense here. This is just what you call a defensive miscommunication. So you see this here. So Caitlyn Clark is guarding the screener here. Dearica Hamby is lost. She is lost. I don't know what the fuck Dearica Hamby's doing here. Dearica Hamby, for some reason, in this scenario, tries to, instead of just going under the screen, tries to fight around Caitlyn Clark. First of all, Caitlyn, you got to step up. You got to step up. And everyone's like pointing at different things. What Caitlyn does wrong here is Caitlyn's kind of caught in two minds here. So Caitlyn should be in this scenario here is stepping up to maybe here, allowing Dearica Hamby to fight through here. But in this scenario as well, Dearica Hamby is fucking lost. She's in no man's land. So she takes the scenic route. Caitlyn has already switched the screen. And Dearica Hamby decides to run back to her man. So basically, Caitlyn thinks she's switching. Dearica Hamby just for some reason takes the scenic route instead of just switching the screen. Caitlyn then turns. In this scenario here, Caitlyn has to recover to somebody. So Caitlyn has to recover to somebody. Copper's helped up. Caitlyn is in perfect position here. So in this scenario here, so Caitlyn's man has gone up to the top. Kalia Copper passed off. That is ideal recovery defense. And then they missed a shot. Like, that is ideal recovery defense. So this all came from a miscommunication here. The one thing, it's funny, people are like, no words. Do you want to know what the one thing Caitlyn Clark did wrong in this play was? She didn't step up enough to allow Dearica Hamby fight through. This entire play is a miscommunication and great recovery because miscommunications happen. This isn't anything about the trap, but Caitlyn Clark thinks she's switching, Dearica Hamby doesn't, and then Caitlyn Clark has to turn to get back to her man because she thinks she's switching, and then she recovers. Jackie Young makes a really good defensive read. Kalia Copper has these two split here to cover, and Caitlyn Clark gets back to her man. That's an ideal defensive rotation. The comments, she really is lost in traffic. No, it's a fuck up by Dearica Hamby. Like, this is all from a fuck up by Dearica Hamby, and Jackie Young and Kalia Copper did a really, really good job basically guarding 3-on-2. Fantastic defense from Jackie Young, Kalia Copper, a fuck up by Dearica Hamby. At the end of the day, it is what it is. Like, some of these stuff are mad. Like, France is going to have a field day in this, and like this scenario here. I mean, let's just take a look at this play right here. So again, I have to show these like in bit by bit, otherwise this will get blocked by FIBA. So in this scenario here, there is a uncalled screen by Kiki Iriafen. There is no screen called here, by the way. This is not a screen, it's called. So Caitlyn Clark very evidently does not see there being a screen because, again, she forces into the screen, fights over, or is this Monique Billings? There is no hedge at all there. There is no hedge. So Caitlyn's coming over a screen. She's like, you're not, like a screen baseline, you're not going to be able to fight over that and cut off the baseline. That's got to be the post. And by the way, a blitz in this scenario is basically a steal. A blitz in this scenario is a steal. They allow her to attack too easily baseline. And then what the fuck is Paige Bueckers doing? Like, I'm sorry. Paige Bueckers is not meant to jump in the air on that. But the reason why this doesn't matter is because that's how they're playing defense. It is a fucking... And by the way, could Caitlyn have done a bit better in this? Maybe. Could Caitlyn have done a bit better fighting over the screen and not put herself on the back foot there? Yeah. But like, this is just defense. So you look here. Kelsey Plum's guarding nobody. Like, Kelsey Plum's literally guarding nobody here. Paige Bueckers is guarding nobody. Monique Billings didn't help. This is just what we call a defensive breakdown. It happens. It happens. I mean this when I say this. If you are fixated on the only player here who did not fuck up is... Oh no, what the fuck's Angel Reese doing? Monique Billings has there an injuries. All 5 players fuck up on this play. All 5. All 5. So Angel Reese, for some reason, is guarding the elbow, and then she's guarding the elbow and leaves an open shooter. Kelsey Plum isn't guarding anybody. Paige Bueckers jumped for no reason and isn't guarding anybody. Caitlyn Clark could have done a better job helping up. Monique Billings should have blitzed. This is a literal play. But people are using this as lowlights for Caitlyn. This is all 5 people fuck up, and it happens. It happens. It happens in basketball. And that's the thing where it's like people are like showing off, oh, Angel Reese messed up here. in this scenario here. This is what we call a miscommunication. Look, so Ryan Howard is coming across this. First of all, you probably have to guard the ball, but as you can see here, Ryan Howard is left for dead. So what does Angel Reese have to do? She has to tag. If Angel Reese doesn't tag here, so Angel Reese has to step up on ball handler. And what she's done here is she's flat hedged because Ryan Howard got creamed by the screen. In this scenario here, Ryan Howard has got to recover to the ball. Angel Reese is covering two players here. She has to make a choice. She goes to, she kind of has to be caught in no man's land because Ryan Howard goes into no man's land, and it's a complete miscommunication. No one's guarding anyone. This is not the fault of Angel Reese. This is a defensive scheme that nobody is comfortable with, and if they don't get the steal on the blitz, like Angel flat hedge there, Angel soft hedge there, if they don't get that steal on the blitz, they're really vulnerable. It's why you see so many steals from Team USA. It's why you see so many just open layups. It happens. Like, it happens a lot. In this scenario here, and especially with Angel on the flat hedge, when Angel blitzes, good things happen. When Angel flat hedges, it doesn't. So in this scenario here, so Jackie Young's guarding ball. In no scenario here should Angel Reese be flat hedging, especially with the way this Team USA team is playing defense. They are gambling on everything. She should not be flat hedging. But again, it's just a bad read. It's a bad read here. She's kind of caught in no man's land here because by the time Jackie Young, and this scenario, by the way, Jackie Young does the right thing. Jackie Young recovers on ball. But earlier in the game, Ryan Howard switched for no reason. So Angel Reese is caught in no man's land and being like, I got to guard ball because, Jackie Young's going to recover. And what happens is that both of them go guard the ball. It's a layup. Like, shit happens. Shit happens. This Angel Reese is not a bad defender. Caitlyn Clark is a mediocre defender. She's not playing bad defense to this competition. She's not. She got turned once against Italy. Okay. It is what it is. She's not playing bad defense. Paige isn't playing bad defense. Angel's not playing bad defense. There are going to be defensive lapses in a system where, again, you can see just passiveness on defense. You see every single one of these mistakes has come from passiveness. And ironically, again, Caitlyn being a little bit passive in that first play with the Diarca Hamby one, she should have been more direct in her switch. Because if she was more direct in her switch, Hamby knows for a fact what's happening. Hamby knows that, okay, Caitlyn's there, I'm going to have to recover. So this entire defensive scheme relies on aggressiveness. And nearly every breakdown you see is a result of some form of passiveness. Because if they can put enough pressure on the ball handler on that blitz, any of the passes are slow enough that they're going to be able to get into the passing lanes. And that's where USA have been so successful. They've been so successful in the weak side passing lane. They've been so successful at guarding that weak side. They've been very successful in the second, third, fourth rotations, forcing teams into turnovers, forcing teams into steals. Basically, USA's defense in an ideal world, not every possession, because again, every one of those breakdowns has been from passiveness. They are trying to be overly aggressive on defense because they are cool with giving up. Like, their defense could, let's just say they played quote unquote old school. And this is the one thing where it's like the quote unquote WNBA fans, they don't believe, like, they believe if your man scores, it's your fault. Like, if you play help defense and you play good help and the ball gets kicked to your player and they score, it's your fault. And like, I've played for coaches like that. It's the dumbest shit ever. It is the dumbest shit ever. And that's when you have gotten Nate Tibbetts. And when you hear Nate Tibbetts speak, it's very clear, like, and at this high level of ball, it's very rare the outcome matters. Outcome-based coaching is Christy Sides, where it's like, we want to hold this team under this points. You can see with Tibbetts, it's process-based. We are going to run this defense. We're going to be doing this. We're going to be blitzing in this way and recovering, because what that allows us to do is it allows us to generate steals. It allows us to generate easy baskets. And it's going to get us, over the course of a game, more scores. It's going to get us more possessions. And the more possessions there are in the game, the better chance we have. That is a fact. The more possessions there are in the game, the more likely the better team wins, or the more talented team wins. The less possessions there are, it increases the margin for error. And that is why Team USA are playing. And nobody has a fucking clue what they're doing. I mean this when I say this. Go get Courtside 1891 if you want to question me on this. Outside of Jackie Young, who seems to be streets ahead, and at times, honestly, there are times as a conductor, Chelsea Gray has actually been really good. But especially when Chelsea Gray's guarding a 3 or 4. Outside of Jackie Young, Chelsea Gray, I'm not joking when I say this. Just stare at any individual player on the Team USA team on defense for an entire quarter. You will come out of the quarter thinking that player can't play defense. But yet, Team USA might have conceded 12 points in a quarter. Because that is what it is. It is a process. It is a team system. You don't defending as a group of individuals versus defending as a team. You're willing to, they're taking calculated risks. They're trying to change the way the game is being played. They're trying to change the tempo of the game. They're trying to make the game be played in a way that they can't lose. And that's why I'm actually scared about this Team USA team. I'm scared about the way they're coaching, because I mean this when I say this, like, even with Carl Lawson, if you have a process-based coach with this talent, it's over. It's fucking over. Like, no team will stand a chance. Because if Team USA are able to open up games, that's why I'm very confident when it comes down to it in the Olympics, you're going to see a lot of Caitlyn Clark. But if Team USA are able to open up games, no one can beat them. No one can beat them. And that's the thing with this defense. But anyway, yeah, that's the video. I'll see you guys.